former Attorney General of India and senior advocate with us, Mr. Mukul Rohatgi, to throw light on the legal aspects of this matter. Mr. Rohatgi, it's a pleasure to have you on Republic tonight. Now, what is the legal point on this? Where do you stand on this? Is the disqualification automatic and irreversible?
Arnab, the disqualification is automatic as per the law the moment conviction is recorded by the judge. It does not require any further act, including the notification issued by the Secretary General today. It has no meaning because disqualification has taken effect. But it is not irreversible. The disqualification will be challenged in an appellate court, and what is required is a stay of the conviction, that is, of the guilt, finding of guilt, because mere stay of the sentence is not good enough to get the person back in parliament. A stay of the sentence can keep you out of jail, but can't take you to parliament. You need to get a stay of the finding of guilt to get back into parliament. This is routine, it is elementary, it is done day in and day out, because every second day MPs and MLAs are disqualified on different grounds, including things like corrupt practice or wrong nomination paper, this, that, and the other. So that's what the law is. It is routinely done, but they must prefer an appeal at the earliest. So it is baffling that they haven't filed an appeal yet.
Are you also surprised they haven't filed an appeal yet?
I am very surprised, Arnab. In the Supreme Court, we have come across cases where the High Court passes the judgment in the morning, the appeal is filed in the afternoon, and the matter is mentioned before the Chief Justice of India the next day. Now, that is far more difficult than filing an appeal in one district only, from a trial judge to a district judge in the same area. The appeal should have been preferred in matters of hours. It is routinely done. In hundreds of cases it is done. They should have required a hearing, requested a hearing at 4 p.m. yesterday, or at least 10 a.m. today. You have a battery of lawyers. What are you twiddling your thumbs for? And then you will ultimately blame the EC if you don't do anything, say for the next 10, 15 days, because you have time to file an appeal. But if the EC acts and ultimately, directs that there should be a poll, the seat is vacant, all kinds of complications will arise. They must file an appeal and take their chance.
Actually, I'm surprised too. In the case of Pawan Khera, they moved within seconds and minutes. And in this case, they're not moving. Obviously, the Congress party is enjoying this. The BJP is enjoying this. Some people watching this might think, oh God, this could be a fixed match. But what you're saying tonight, Mr. Mukul Rohatgi, is that it would be illegal. You're saying it would be wrong if the speaker were not to disqualify Rahul Gandhi, given the fact that in the past, innumerable number of MPs and MLAs have been disqualified at least for a while this way.
Yeah, but Arnab, I want to make one thing very clear, which I have told in every channel. See, the law does not require the speaker to issue any notification whatsoever. The disqualification takes effect under the law automatically on the one second after the judge passes the judgment. This is only as a formality to tell the world at large that this has happened. It is not a requirement of the law. Let's be very clear. There are some laws which provide that they will take effect if something is done by some authority. Some order is issued, some notification is issued, or a gazette notification is issued, something like that. This is not that case. Here the law says that disqualification is automatic, it is seamless, dependent upon the conviction. What was attempted in the judgment I just saw you mention, the Prahari judgment. Let me make it clear. It's not a 2017 judgment.
Yeah.
It's a 2013 judgment delivered in a batch of cases which were filed in 2005. At that time, there was an exemption clause which said that for sitting MPs and MLAs, the disqualification will not take effect immediately, but will await 90 days or something, all the time to file an appeal. That was challenged as being arbitrary. That provision was struck down. So from that day onwards, it is clear that there is no exemption. And that was at the time of the Congress party. That's very, very clear in 2013. So,
But there are last question. There are two views.
Sorry.
No. I don't want to get you into the politics of it, but there are two views, Mr. Rohatgi, on whether if Rahul Gandhi gets a stay on this, whether he can come back as a member of parliament.
Yeah, no.
Whether
Arnab,
even if he gets a stay,
no two views.
Can he come back as a member of parliament if he gets a stay?
Yes, I will answer it. He has to get a stay of the conviction, that is stay of the guilt, not of the mere sentence of 2 years. If he gets a stay of the conviction stroke guilt, then he can come back to parliament. But if he does not get a stay of the conviction stroke guilt, he cannot come back to parliament. It is done routinely. It is nothing new.
So just because the matter is being heard in a higher court does not mean he comes back to parliament.
If he does not get a stay of conviction, he cannot come back to parliament. I must have done 100 cases in the last 5 years of this type.
And is there any point going to the EC with this?
You don't need to go to the EC. Once you get a stay of conviction, EC automatically stops. Simple. Because once you get a stay of conviction...
No, I'm saying if you don't get... No, that's not what I said. I said if you don't get a stay of the conviction, is there any point taking your case to the EC? Does the EC have any prima facie case to intervene in something like this?
Not at all. The EC has no jurisdiction not to hold the poll. EC is bound to hold the poll if the disqualification is operative, because it cannot leave one constituency rudderless without a representative. EC has no jurisdiction to say we will not have a poll. Impossible.
Yeah. Well, this is very, 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 very interesting indeed. Very, very interesting. Mukul Rohatgi, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That throws a lot of light.